Alright, today I feel very fortunate to have an a-7 sitting in front of me. I had a fairly good experience with the a-5. The only bad experience I had with that was it sounds very squashed. It doesn't have any dynamic range to it. So we're going to take a look at an a-7 here and just open it up. I've never been inside an a-7, so we're going to see what we got inside of one of these things. Now just initially here, I just noticed when I went to flip this over, it looks like we got some more LEDs in this. If they did the same thing they did previously, we would have 7. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see, I'm getting all mixed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like they got 12 LEDs in this one. That's pretty cool. And I guess the immediate thing that gets noticed is we have loudness on a pot instead of loudness on a switch. That was one thing that caught me about this unit. So I wanted to see what that was all about. And I have a feeling that's probably going to be something that's going to work out to have a positive effect. So let's get it open. Now immediately when I opened this up, I saw a very big bummer. They didn't use discrete LEDs in this unit. They actually used bar displays. You can just see the corner of the bar right there. I totally did not expect that, especially since I saw that the layout was the same as the a-5 as far as the lenses go. So that's kind of a big downer. But let's just see what else we got. Now, I don't know. I'm just seeing a bunch of things I don't like here already. I had high hopes for this. We got discrete transistors that are mounted upside down. You can just see the legs down here at the very bottom going into a 90-degree bend onto the board. Don't know how that's going to work out. Now the amp and the power supply are excuse me, all on one common board with a bunch of wire wrap up here on the top. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, getting that in and out. Now on a good note, we got some beefy rectifiers in here, which were looks to be about the physical size of a 3 amp rectifier, hiding under here. The transformer though, the transformer just immediately doesn't jump out like something you would see in a sansui unit. There's a plastic shroud over the top here. I don't know if there's exposed connections or what. It's not normal to see that kind of plate over the end cap on a transformer. Looks like it's tape wound. Looks like there's some copper tape there. But it just doesn't ring sansui transformer. I'm not sure what that's all about. Now, on a good and bad note, you got about a 6.5 inch heat sink on it. That's pretty much typical of what I would expect on these sansui units. The fins are considerably deeper than they are like on the a-5 or the a-40. So I don't know if that's an up or a down there on the heat sink. Now on a good note, we have these little breakaway ribbon cables with the snaps, it looks like, to pull the wires in and out. Looks like there's a 3-pin there, probably on the signal going in. Strangely, that caught my eye was these are Nichicon builder caps. Not quite sure I would have expected that one. They're 4700s. Now way down in the bottom corner here, I see there's 2 phase compensation coils. Now this wire wrap mess here kind of looks a little hokey to me. I'm almost seeing that's going to be an issue for me. Might need to just do away with that plug and or with that strip here and put like a Molex connector, maybe between the transformer and the circuit board. That might be something. It has a typical .33 equalization resistors or current sense resistors. It's got a JRC, probably an 4558 on the feedback loop for the servo. Not sure that servo is going to be a good idea, but we'll cross that road when we get to it. Now on a good and bad note again, the fuse is not blown. That's always good. But they got the same TV5 switch that I had an issue with before, and it's got no arc suppression across it that I can see at this moment, and I'm 95% certain it does not, so we'll have to check the power switch. Now on a good note, comparatively speaking to off the A5, we got some 2SA 798s here for the differential pair. That's always a good thing. Those things always sound great, absolutely great. Got a jumper that's cut, strangely. JW2, don't know what that's all about. I don't know why anyone would install a jumper into the board and then just cut it. Makes no sense. Way down here on the bottom, mounted at 90-degree angles, if that can even be seen. There's our bias transistors going onto the heatsink, mounted on a little board at 90 degrees. Not sure how that's going to work out. Strangely, over here in this corner, I'm a great detective. At least I like to think that I am a great detective. Kind of looks like there was a cat in here and clawed the solder mask off the board. That's a strange thing to see inside a unit. Solder mask is kind of tore off the phono board there. Well, that's kind of strange. There's an electrolytic kludged across the back of the power supply board down in here. Just wondering, I don't know, that almost doesn't look like something that sansui would have did, but I don't know. I've seen sansui kludge stuff across the back of a board before, so maybe. Don't know what that's all about. Now back to the bummer part. This I totally did not expect for there to be a bar array in there. So, and it's probably one LED per 2 segments on here. Not that that matters, but that's typically how they do that. So that's what we got to work with. Now, jumping up here to the tone board, I see they used the same 068s or double 068s. I think they were 068s. Ceramics on the tone board here that they used on the A5, which you can get away with doing that, but it's just something I don't do. They got 2 polystyrenes up here. That's I wouldn't have expected. If you like the sound of a polystyrene, looks like they're probably 820s. Alright, here's the first hitch to a bad day. And I hope I don't get stuck on this. But right now I got both those probes on that power switch. And we got no power switch. Now, why is that so disturbing to me? It's not disturbing that the power switch doesn't work. What's disturbing is this. This unit was stated as being a working and tested unit. When I got this unit out of the box, the first thing I do is I look at where all the knobs and switches are. And judging from the knobs and switches, you can tell, if you piece it together with something that the seller might have said, you can piece it together as to whether or not this unit was actually tested. And when I got the unit, I looked at it and I said, this unit has never been hooked up and ran. So right there you are. Buyer beware. So there's really not much more I can say that's on a good note. If you read between the lines of what I'm saying to you here. Obviously, we'll be taking this unit apart and doing a video on what it takes to get the power switch working. So here's just something to keep in mind. How could a unit be tested if the power switch doesn't work? Something for you to think about. Hey, I hope you learned something watching this video. I know I did, because this is the first time I've been in an A7. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.